Hi guys, my name is Adrian Blancarte, and I'll be going over three concepts, and those three concepts will be cognitive, conceptual, and social. So for the first one, cognitive, it states here that that's the mental action or process of acquiring knowledge and understanding through thoughts, experiences, and the senses. So a way I could apply this idea to my life would have to be just simply most of my conversations. And I didn't really understand this concept not until I took an intro to psychology course at Chafee. And I learned that there's about three ways of learning. And those three are going to be your visual, your auditory, and your sensation. So I am giving a great demonstration of visual and auditory. You're hearing what I'm saying and you're seeing what I'm doing. So that's how you're gonna be able to retain the information I'm giving you right now. The third one is sensation. That one's real simple. So what you do is you literally just write down whatever material is being presented. By doing so, you're creating this motion in your hand, and by creating that motion, you're applying more meaning to that text. So by creating that meaning, what you're doing is you're finding all these synapse connections in your brain, and by doing so, you're able to retain that information much more. And then when it comes to a later time, when you actually do need to present that material, you'll be able uh, to say it out loud and know what to say just because you wrote it down. So by writing things down, you actually have a higher chance of remembering things. So that's by understanding why I was able to retain information much more is just because I was able to understand how memory works. So the second one I have is conceptual. So for that one, it states here that it deals with the functionality of conscious behavior and how it can be used and developed. So it also goes more in depth here. It says to make this adaptive process possible, individuals use their intrapersonal intelligence that allows them to integrate their mental processes in order to define the concepts of what they tend to do. So this one, how to explain it? The only way I could apply this idea to my life will have to be the way I was raised. So I might get a little touchy feely here, but when I was younger, my mom actually dated this guy, and he lived with us for about 3 to 5 years. And this man was extremely racist to African Americans, and he made me believe that all African Americans were bad people. And it wasn't until I moved to the Inland Empire about literally 2 or 3 years ago, I actually did not judge a color at all. If you're black, red, purple, yellow, white, whatever you are, brown, it did not matter. But it took me a long time to realize that color has no meaning on how someone is. So no, like no stereotypes, if that makes sense. So by understanding how that works, the conceptual, I was actually able to to understand why I thought the way I did, and why I had the experiences I had experiences. And the reason why I had those experiences was because I conditioned myself to believe that African Americans were all terrible people, and I naturally attracted that to me. So all in the past, I don't think like that anymore. I don't judge color at all. But that was the way how I was raised. So hopefully that made some sense. And the third one here I have is social. So it states right here that the study of the manner in which personality, attitudes, motivations, and behavior of the individual influence and are influenced by social groups. So how I could apply this idea to my life would have to be when I was in high school, and I got invited to a party. And little did I know it was my friend's party, and I was like, all right, cool, well, turned up. Anyways, so before the party, I had this idea that I'm not gonna drink, I'm not gonna smoke, okay? So what happens is I get to the party. I notice that everyone's all having a good time, but young adults drinking. They're acting all dumb. I mean, they don't know how to drink. They're so young. Anyways, so I get there and then I see my friends there and I approach them. We all start hanging out. We start chilling, talking, have a good time. And next thing you know, they start drinking, and I was like, "Oh man, I don't want to drink." And then they're all saying, "Hey, don't be a loser. Everyone's doing it. Just go ahead and have one beer. Nothing, it won't hurt." So I ended up having that one beer, and I was like, "Dang, okay." So next thing you know, I'm feeling a little buzz, right? And then here comes another part. So I mean, when you're at a party, you kind of gravitate to other crowd or different crowds, and I felt like in that party, everyone was actually under the influence. I mean, there might have been like a few people that were completely sober, but hey, hats out to those people because that's really hard to do, especially at those times. And then I remember this last time there was a group, and they were actually passing around a bong, and I just kind of looked at it. I was like, "Oh shit, better leave right away." So luckily, I did leave. I did not take that hit, but if I was there, most likely I would have took a hit out of that bong as well. So by understanding how that social concept works, I was able to understand why I was so easily influenced to drink. It was because I was just influenced by others because they were doing it, so I did it. Monkey see, monkey do. So hopefully that made sense, and I'm out of time here.